Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Carol Matebula. Hi, 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 beautiful people. I know I have been away. I've been busy structuring Vibrantly African. As you know, that this is the third year of Vibrantly African. And for me, it's kind of actually, I'm looking at it as an anniversary. You know, they say number three is a charm. Yes. Now, I am about to share with you the magical moment around Vibrantly African 2019. There has been such amazing, strong souls that just really came out, and they're going to be making Vibrantly African one of the most beautiful Vibrantly African ever. We are a group of people in the community, and remember, everything that we do, it's all about family getting together, family nurturing one another, family talking about the important issues, family showcasing their talents and their, whatever that you might think of that makes the community a beautiful community. This is Vibrantly African. So this is the first video that I have done since I started Vibrantly African. And I'm thinking to myself, we are on June the 13th, and time it's moving. My God, time it's moving. And I thought, now from now on, I'm going to be talking to you and just giving you the updates, just to keep you posted on what's happening in Vibrantly African. And just for you guys to know what's happening, and there's going to be lots of giveaways. I'm going to be giving lots of things out there. If you're a company that has started something, especially those who are in the marketing industry, and you want to promote yourself, please reach out, as we are looking for things to give to people that will also create an outreach kind of awareness for your company. So the story begins, and I'm so excited. I'm really, really over the top about what's about to occur in Vibrantly African. There's this massive energy evaporating around this Vibrantly African. And over the past 2 years, we have promoted and promoted, but people didn't reach out so much. Now, what I want to say to you guys, Vibrantly African, it's for you. We put this thing together for you. I said yesterday, I was speaking to this amazing brother, an amazing brother. I'm going to share the storyline that we had. We had an interview yesterday, but the internet was against us. If you look at the quality of the interview, it's not so clear as this quality. And I'm thinking, what was happening yesterday? We tried to use Facebook, it didn't work. We tried to use my iPad, nothing worked. And finally we thought, okay, let's do it on YouTube. But the quality was not good at all. Bad. Oh God, I'm gonna share it. Even though the quality was not so good, I'm gonna share the interview I had with Brother Shola yesterday. And of course, day before yesterday, I had an interview with Sister Dion, who also does amazing things. I mean, we talk about the spirit of Africa. We talk about the spirit of us, as the people, because remember, we are part of the people. It's not that the other people are there and other people are there. We are the people as well. And the world has really tried to minimize that. As long as I can remember, yes, you were given platform, and then yes, we were given all that. But I think now it's the moment for self-discovery. Now it's the moment to heal. As I've said to people, I'm from South Africa. Now, coming from South Africa, I know pain. Do you understand? I'm not saying that South Africa, it is a country that creates pain, but we grow up in such a system that was raw, that was hatred, that was massive enforcement of making other people believe that they were not of human. They deserve to be humiliated. They needed to accept that they will never see the dawn of happiness, and they will never see the dawn of freedom. they will never see the dawn of enjoying their skeleton, of walking on this water that I call. I say to people, normally people think that we do not walk on water, we can walk on water. And by thinking that way, we actually minimize ourselves, because none of us do we know what this atmosphere is made out of. There are lots of people in this world who does unthinkable things that you would never imagine that they could be done by a human. There are human beings who have tapped into this watery world of ours, because I call it watery because of the air we breathe. It's water. I am who I am because when as I'm always going back to South Africa, when I was exposed to 1994 into the word of freedom, after just years before that freedom, there was so much bloodshed, there was so much humiliation, there was so much killing, and then within 1 second, everybody was dancing around and saying freedom, freedom. And I thought to myself at that moment, what does that freedom mean? I don't know if everyone thought of that. I thought of that. I thought, freedom. Huh? Freedom. How these things that has happened to me would suddenly fade away because of suddenly there's a word freedom. And we all mention freedom. And the only way for me to discover freedom was to fly to the world. I took the world tour. And this world tour was not planned. It was kind of random freedom that came because I met a brother, and this brother was from the world. And then I remember him saying to me that, Carol, have you ever traveled? And I have never traveled anywhere because I was so afraid. As you know, the history of where I came from made me believe that I could only move this much. And that much, not even that much, this much looked as if it was something horrifying that the world would swallow me. And the first trip, of course, I did, it was in India. And when I got to India, it was just the most amazing thing to discover, to discover other people, to discover how they live, how they breathe. And there was lots of things about meditation and self-awareness. And suddenly something in me had changed, because what I knew, it was all about surviving the struggle. It was all about surviving the enemy. I was taught that way, that they'll leech you and you got to do your best to try to perfect their art so that they can welcome you. But then at that moment, it was about you and healing your soul. And I thought to myself, wow, for the first time, I felt a sense of freedom. I understood what freedom was at that moment. So for me, what I'm trying to say is that the only quest that a human being can ever master, it's when the human being take a journey to self-discovery. And we can never discover ourselves by ourselves. We can discover ourselves by those who have walked the path of understanding what self-discovery means. And after you have discovered yourself, you then get a chance to speak to those voices within you that makes you believe that you are alone in this world. And somebody looks at you and say, oh no, you're beautiful. Can you be a part of me? Can you be a part of us? Can you be a part of our network? Can you be a part of our group? Can you come meditate with us? Can you come do Tai Chi with us? Last week, Sunday, I went to another brother as well, who I admire and respect highly. My beautiful sister, Carol, my best friend, introduced me to the brother, and being there again, it was another self-discovery moment, because moments of self-discoveries never end. Whenever somebody does something, and you're sitting there and you think you understand yourself, and suddenly this person, whoever that person is, takes you to a journey of deeper areas that you have never explored, unexplored, and how do you say it? Areas that hasn't been exploited. exploit or whatever. You know me and English. Sometimes I get hooked and all that. But places you have never visited within yourself, it is always very important to visit each and every piece of you, because you don't know all the angles that you own. The only way that you can get there, it is when you take the journey to self-discovery, to unravel the royalness within you, because we are all royals. So Vibrantly African, it's about that. So what is Vibrantly African? What has inspired Vibrantly African? What does it mean, the quest of Vibrantly African? Vibrantly African, first and for all, it's of course the health and well-being, mindfulness, being aware. They say when awareness occurs, so clearness arise. So we become very peaceful. We learn how to master our emotions. We learn to understand our inner intelligence. We learn to create chain lines that will attach us back to where we come from layers and layers and layers and layers and layers of our ancestral lineage. So for me, Vibrantly African, it's beyond the word vibrant. That's why I call it vibrant. It's really, really about vibrancy, as we are all creatures of vibrancy, especially when we do our best to stop and breathe and ask a question: who am I? Who am I really? What is my essence? Where am I going? How do I contribute to this earth? How phenomenal I am. Am I really phenomenal? What does that word mean? You're like a butterfly. Think of yourself today as a what do you call that? The thing that emerges out of firstly it's that, and it goes to a cocoon, and then it becomes a caterpillar. Every one of us begins with a stage of a caterpillar. And a caterpillar, it's actually beautiful, but yet scary. And it goes through lots and lots of things, this caterpillar, to emerge to the stage of self-protection. And it has to pave itself, walking on its belly, sometimes hard, because I used to live in Africa. Of course, at this moment, I'm in the United Kingdom. But my discovery towards me, as a little girl, as I was going through all these things, as all of you guys, who I am, because I share myself, all that has happened to me as a human being, I would leave it here, so that when I leave this place, my soul leaves empty. The more you verbalize of things that you have encountered in life, the more you free yourself. The more you speak about who you are, in terms of you feeling afraid, feeling fear, feeling guilty, feeling ashamed. These things are of worldly. They're not of your governor. Your governor came here empty, and all these things were filled upon her or upon him. So the only way to free your governor, so that when you die not with all these loads on your shoulders. You die free, realizing that you did the best you could, and the best you can. So Vibrantly, it's really about self-discovery in the best possible. Because people who are coming there are people who have experienced life, are people who have studied to try to give back to the world. They're the vessels to give a sense of peace, sense of joy, sense of wisdom, sense of laughter, sense of self-beauty, understanding, self of creativity, sense of ownership, of owning our souls, sense of togetherness. And it does not matter which part of the world you come from. Yes, it's around Africa to showcase that we are so beautiful and we are so vibrant and we are so diverse. Yet we're saying we are one with everyone or everyone in this world. There's no black, there's no white, there's no, but then cultural divides us. So through culture, Vibrantly African emphasizes on cultural. Now that cultural, it could be anyone who associate themselves with African culture, then Vibrantly is for you as Vibrantly is for me. Now think of yourself, you have just entered London. London can be a beautiful place, yet London can be a very, very lonely place. Now you're looking for community, you need to meet people, like-minded people like you. Vibrantly, it's a place to be because you're going to meet the yoga community. You're going to meet the martial art community. You're going to meet the sister circle a community where we're going to gather and enhance and celebrate the power of femininity. If you're a brother out there and you want to communicate and you want to create a new a circles of friends and you want to broaden your network of just personnel, Vibrantly, it's a place to be. So this place is amazing. As I said, the first step about Vibrantly African, of course, it's health and well-being and mindfulness. And then the second part will be about creativity. So we have different parts in this creativity. If you are an artist and you do things that are really, really special and things that are not just on the mainstream, things that we haven't seen yet, and things that are unique, and you wanna showcase them. We only have 30 stores. 30. It's very, very not much. And they are going as fast as possible. So we are looking for homeware. If you're doing anything under homeware, please reach out. And me, I will come. And as I come to your business, what you do, we do interviews with you. We do videos. And we brand you so well. And then we also take your contacts so that even after the event, people can follow you and you create. It's all about outreach, dear people. When you have a business, these kinds of things are very, very important for your business because of you kind of create outreach. But the thing about Vibrantly African, it does not only create outreach in and on the 28th. The outreach begins now. As I've got my videos, I've got my cameras, I go through the rains, I go through the winds. Sometimes I travel 2 hours to 3 hours to get to you to give a storyline behind every business. Remember, every business is a storyline. What has made you to be unique? What has made you to master your art? So artists, call me. Those who are doing anything around homeware. It could be interior. It could be a whole food. My God, I'm looking for whole food. It could be somebody selling spices. It could be somebody making beautiful desserts. It could be, but it has to be of the good quality. The presentation, it's very important for me. How are we going to make that event shine? It is us to create that event as if we're creating a gift, a wrap, beautiful gift that when you give it to somebody, that somebody can't wait to open it. So we are there to celebrate those who's going to visit us. So if you think you've got a touch of excellency, touch of love, that everything that you touch turns into this beautiful flowery t-shirt that I'm wearing. As you can see, I thought about this image this morning. I thought I want to look like the whole atmosphere of this broadcast, isn't it? As it is the first one. So Vibrantly, it's about that. Call me. Are you making beautiful jewelry, African jewelry, but something that does not look as if you're selling in a flea market? You are off class. And when I say class, I'm not talking about expense, and I'm not trying to classify, but I'm talking about, have you understood your business to the details? Do you understand the finalness of your business? Call me. Now, for those who are in pregnancy, oh, that's a subject that I find very dear. I find that subject dear because women need support. Women need to I hear that the rate of Black women dying in giving birth, when they give birth, it's shocking, and there's ways of preventing this. So those who are in caregiver for mothers, kids, and food, those who are making healthy food for the kids, if you are someone who's providing healthy meals, freshly made, come and give a workshop to the mothers. So so those who are pregnant out there, and you want to find out what you need to do for your pregnancy to stay well, what exercises do you need to do, what kind of talks do you need to do, what are the options for you as a mother to be, that you can do to save yourself from headaches, stress, humiliation. What kind of information do you need to find before you go to deliver your baby? Maybe you are just 1 month, you just started, and it's a new journey, you're a new mother. Informing yourself, it's the key to mastering that beautiful secrecy moment that you have just embarked upon. So we have a big side upon that. Women who do not understand the essence of self-love, we're going to be having discussions around self-love. And I'm looking for anyone who tackled the story of self-love, and you want to be a speaker at Vibrantly African, please let me know. Contact me. As I say, we are left with 3.5 something months. And the only way that we can do, I would like us to wrap everything up by the second week of August. We should have everything ready. Actually, by the first week of August, so that we can finish the final touches of Vibrantly African without stress. Everything is ready. And then, of course, after self-love, there's a lot of violence that we go through as society. And some of us, we think being violated, it's normal. Some of us, we think being the perpetrators of violence, it's okay. But what I want to say is that the one who receives violence and the one who does the act of violence, they are both very, very vulnerable. And I would like to have a discussion around that. How do we heal as a person who's violent? How do we heal as a person who's actually passive violent? Because if you are together in a violent relationship, you are both you're both needing healing, because of somehow both of you violate each other. The one who receives has a passive, and the one who's actually more hands-on, it's actually both of you're feeding each other. You're like a tone of a music. When you play piano, all the tones has to synchronize. So violent, both of you have to do something around it to heal that. So we're gonna have subjects around that. And then one thing that we're gonna have as well, it's around financials. Financials are also the most biggest problem of our community. What happens around violence when people do not understand their financials? Because financial is our security. What do we know about finance? And I realize that in our community, financials it's like a biggest a taboo. It's the most scarcity thing that community can ever find themselves in. So I'm looking for someone who's really, really good at these financial things, not someone who's gonna scare people. Yes, someone who's also successful, because if you're gonna come and talk about financials and you are really, really under a mess yourself of finance, please don't call me. I'm not saying that because I'm just saying that you can only teach people about finance if you understand financials. So you are the master of finance, and I'm not talking about multi-billionaire and all that. I'm talking about someone who have understood financial, someone who's not under pressure of financial, someone who understand that on a weekly basis, these are the things that they're doing personal, these are the things that they're doing for their grocery, these are the things that they do for their business, these are the things that they do for savings, these are the things that they do to save for the generation to come. How do we follow these steps? And I'm actually one of those people who's very puzzled when it comes to financials. So I would like to have someone who's really, really wise to come and give me an insight. And then, of course, the story goes on and on and on. And then we're going to have the most amazing bags. There's a sister who I adore very much who's going to be selling the most amazing bags from Africa, plus lovely materials from Africa that makes you to feel like royal. And then there's going to be more. So as I said, Vibrantly, it's on the journey. The journey of Vibrantly has just begun. I might be knocking at your door very soon. I might be knocking at your office very soon. The CEOs, you need to talk to me and tell me how have you done your business. So if you own a very, very massive, big company, I'm about to set your company and talk to you and have an interview with you so that I can come back with the stories and show people how people make life to be. So this is Vibrantly African, you guys. And of course, we're going to have dancers. I've just contacted the marimba a group of people who can come and play some African marimba so we can dance away after we have spoken about our beauty, our emotions, our love, and after we have mastered the skeleton by doing the martial art moves, after we have listened to the most amazing storyteller. So there's Vibrantly African. It's one roof that has at least about 4 or 5 events in one room. So it needs to be visited. And the tickets are not so bad, actually. Now, if you go online at this present moment, I'm gonna put down there the tickets. So you can get a ticket for £18 for now, whereby by mid-June, July, the tickets will go up to £25. So get your tickets right away. Save your spot. Get them as cheap as they are at this moment. And then, of course, as well for the 35, around towards end of June to 35 to July, tickets will go up to 35. So get your tickets right away. So this is Carol Matibula say, let's celebrate. Let's get connected. Let's find ourselves. Let's strengthen our skeleton. Let's awaken our governor, and let's get together and love one another. It's all about togetherness. The new thing today, it's togetherness. This is a new thing today. That's what we are waking up on, especially while those who haven't found themselves but have found material try to do their best to separate us so that they can conquer. They bring words of hatred so that they can conquer. They make us believe that if you look at the other one's color, hate her or hate him or kill him, but at that moment, they are actually stealing your inner peace and your inner innocentness. So this is some high time that we do our best to try to bring peace. And I'm one of those who will do whatever in my world to preserve the freedomness that we have. Because as people all over the world, we are very peaceful people. We love being together. We like to dance together. We like to eat together. We like to dine together. We like to kiss together. We like to marry one another. There's nothing as I hate Black people because of somewhere in my family, a Black person is marrying a white person. Somewhere in my family, a Black person is marrying an Indian person. Somewhere in my family, someone is marrying a Chinese. You know, we always interlink. We are society of link. We are the linkers. We like to link with one another. So that's what Vibrantly is. And I thank you so much. You will hear me again by today. It's Thursday. So you'll hear me again next week, Thursday. Every Thursday, I'll be talking around Vibrantly African every day around 8 o'clock. Thank you so much. This is Carol Matibula. Watch this space. Watch our website, www.vibrantly Vibrantly African hyphen, hold on, www.vibrantly-african.com. In there, there's gonna be lots of presents coming your way. At this present moment, we're about to be giving away this beautiful present. I'm gonna lower my light a little bit so that you can see it very well. This can be yours. And how do I say it? It starts today. The competition. It's a competition, and someone would win this. It's a beautiful, 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 beautiful product designed by one of my beautiful brothers. It's called, what is the name of the company again? Oh, they don't have the name of the company here, and I don't have their business card. I'm so sorry, but you'll know it. I'm going to be sharing it on my group, Vibrantly African. If you want to know me, please, I'm going to be sharing the link with you. Join us on Vibrantly African group, because that's where all the information around Vibrantly African will be taking place. I'm going to share the link. It's about to be very active, and please go in there, check. And now the competition around this is that somebody, I'm going to be sharing a link, and you need to share it on your Facebook page, with your networks, with your groups, and you need to share it on Twitter. You also need to share it on Instagram. And the one who have shared a lot, and what you need to do, you need to write down your name, your email, and then we will check all the channels and see how many people have responded, and someone will win this. And then there's also 20 tickets about to be given away, free 20 tickets, and that will begin next week, week after next. So this week, somebody is about to win this home fragrant, beautiful, natural, made by an African company. Really, really fantastic. I'll share with you. I had an interview with them, and I'm about to have another interview as well. The internet didn't work for us then. So you're about to get this. The price normally is about 28. That's the price of it, but somebody can have it in their home. Thank you so much. This is Carol Matebula saying, visit our website, watch us as well on YouTube, as we have all different kinds of what do you call that, interviews. Vibrantly African, that's what you do. If you want to find out about our YouTube, I'll share everything with you next time on the next time video, all the channels where you can go to. And then you can also check us on Facebook, Vibrantly African page. So that's where all this information will be given. So as I shall say, thank you so much. And those who are coming to conduct beauty in Vibrantly African, thank you so much for coming out, and thank you so much for such a massive respect that you give around Vibrantly African. And for the audience who are visiting, you're going to be looked after. It's going to be a very safe environment. I thank you. Till next time, Carol Matebula saying one love, love you all, and let's come and celebrate as it is. Vibrantly, 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 vibrantly African. God bless. Bye for now. Bye-bye. Love you. Bye.